Here in the Anatolian region of Turkey lie towns, sculptures, monasteries and churches built by epic forces, time and human ingenuity. Fadime Evirgem told us a story which began underwater 60 million years ago.
Fadime, this is absolutely phenomenal. I feel like I'm in a scene from a movie.
This region was a lake. Can you believe that? Here was with water, and the architects of the region were the volcanoes. 3 volcanoes worked here together. And the interior designer of the region was the erosion. Erosion is a bad thing, yes. But here you are seeing the good face of the medallion, and thanks to erosion, these rocks were formed.
I've never seen rocks with such a unique pinkish color.
The pink color comes from Mount Erciyes. Mount Erciyes and its surrounding has iron mines, and magma melted iron and mixed with iron. And as a result, this pink color come out from Mount Erciyes.
Is it just my eyes, or is that a camel over there?
Yes, with its hump, it is a sitting camel, and that's why the name of the valley is Devrent. Comes from the camel in Turkish. With your imagination, you can see lizard, eagle, pigeon, even Mother Mary.
3 centuries after the birth of Christ, the place of fairy chimneys became a monastery.
Wait a minute, are we in a fairy tale? This is quite magical.
At this valley, you are seeing the huge fairy chimneys. When you think of fairy chimney, you are going to remember a conical body and there is a cap on top. But at this valley, the bodies are so wide, so huge, the one single cap is not enough. You can see 2 caps, 3 caps, even 4 caps on the top of the bodies.
How did the name Monk's Valley come about?
There was a saint, Saint Simeon, in Syria. He wanted to live an isolated life, and as a result, he built a column, and he lived on the top of that column, 12 meters high and 2 meters wide. And he sent his basket to get some food. And he's seen as the founder of the sect, and his followers in Cappadocia, the monks, preferred to live in this valley, and they carved out these fairy chimneys. This is the monastic area of Saint Simeon's.
It's quite hard to believe that in a world where almost everything is man-made, this is beautiful and made by nature.
Almost 2 millennia before the monks carved out their monasteries, a city of 3,000 people had lived beneath their feet.
I've heard so much about these underground cities, and to see them in real life, they're quite mind-blowing. How were they discovered, Fadime?
It was discovered by a villager at that time in 1970s, and there was a heavy rain, and he realized that the water going down, and he wanted where it goes. And so, by accident, it was discovered by the people.
The thought of people living underground is quite foreign to me, but what was their purpose?
3,500 years ago, during Hittite time, people carved these underground cities to hide from the enemies. When the soldier saw an enemy troop coming towards them, people were alarmed by them, and people went down to the underground cities by using their secret entrances. They blocked the entrances, narrow and low tunnels, by using stone doors, and they could survive.
They cooked at this fireplace, with the smoke released through a hidden chimney in the roof.
Here is the winery, and when they harvested the grapes, they carried them here with baskets, and they filled this pool with the grapes. By trampling, they squeezed the grape juice, and the grape juice poured down from this hole into the deeper hole. And after filling these amphora pots, fermentation period started.
And the party happened. What gets me super excited is to think that 3,000 years ago, people thought about this phenomenal architecture, from the kitchen to the winery to how you're supposed to cook things so that people could smell the smoke. It's absolutely phenomenal. It makes you think how amazing the human mind can be. I'm just blown away.
A direct connection with our past, the Red River was named for its clay, which has been used to make ceramics for thousands of years. Among the heirs of this craft are Saban Kara's family, who run Kapadokya Seramik in Avanos.
How are you?
Saban.
Lovely to meet you. The ceramic studio is absolutely beautiful. I believe it's been in the family for over 200 years.
My family has been doing this art for more than 200 years, and I'm sixth generation in the family to practice this art. But this art form, it's way older than my family. It was originated with the Hittite people in 2000 BC. Since then, this art form, it's been done in this region. Nowadays, we are trying our best to preserve the tradition and to take this on next generations.
How has pottery evolved over the centuries?
Initially, Hittites made pottery for using purposes. So the pots they made were in their natural state. They used those for cooking, for preserving grains and storage purposes. And actually, one of the inventions that Hittites did was the pottery wheel. And then, of course, the techniques and styles changed a lot, and the next generation really changed, and they advanced the techniques. Beside using purposes and cooking purposes, they did more artistic pieces, and nowadays we can see the specimen of those in the museums.
With the founding of the Ottoman Empire here in Anatolia, the ceramics became increasingly elaborate. More recently, Saban's family began creating work which glows in the dark by using phosphorus in the white glaze. Invited to try her hand at the wheel, Lorna stepped up to the plate.
One little thing, I've never done this before, so I've just seen what the master was doing. What do I do first?
So you should put your left foot right there,
Right.
and spin the wheel with right foot,
Right.
and with both of hands.
Why is it so slow?
You should spin it a little bit faster, and then
Okay.
you should form the clay.
Okay, the master must help me.
So wet your hands again, please.
Okay, constant wetting of hands.
Merkezde sana zahmet.
Oh, the trick is in the spinning. I don't know what I'm making. So what happens now? Okay, you go.
So now you use both thumbs
Ah,
and
right,
push
okay.
in the middle, straight down. With both thumbs, keep pushing in the middle.
Oh my gosh, that's forming into a little pot. This is so wild.
And wet your hands again, please.
Okay.
You're doing good.
I know.
Have you ever tried this before?
Never, I promise.
Wow.
It's actually forming
You're really
into a
doing
little
great.
pot. I am so shook.
Değil mi Gustam? She's doing well.
Left hand inside, right hand outside.
Merkezde sana
Left hand
zahmet.
inside. You really need to have
this-
sensitive hands here.
At this stage, you shouldn't put too much pressure. You should be a little bit gentle.
Okay, cool.
And you try to pull it from down to up.
Down to up.
Slowly and gently to raise the size of pot up and make it thinner and pull it. Now he's going to show you how to use that metal tool. You hold it with right hand and keep the left hand on inside right against to that, and you try to smooth the surface of pot.
I'm making like a whole pot. Like this is me, Lorna Maseko, making a pot. Like can you dig it?
You did it. Says very good though. The master potter wouldn't tell that to everyone, but he's telling that you're really good at it.
I think we should just leave it because I think it's fine now.
Well done. Well done. She did well. She did well.
Let me tell you something, from fairy chimneys to underground cities, Cappadocia has truly captured my heart. Plus, I got to learn how to make a bowl with a technique that has stood the test of time.
It's more than pottery they fire here. Before sunrise each morning, scores of hot air balloons prepare to give visitors the big picture of this World Heritage Site with a ride over the Goreme Valley.
It's super early, the sun's not even out, and if you know me, you know that waking up before sunrise is definitely not my cup of Turkish tea. But I've been told you can't come to Cappadocia without experiencing one of the most popular destinations for hot air ballooning. And apparently not even all the images I've seen on social media do it justice, so this should be nothing but magical. And it's my first time.
The balloons seem like fireflies against the massive scale of the valley. And once the sun rises over what used to be the sea, the full effect hits home. The Turks do put on a show.
100 balloons launch up to 8,000 feet every day, and that's where the most perfect orchestrated air routine begins. Now that's the magic.
It was a time to put your camera away, live the moment, and feel part of what's been a spiritual refuge for millennia.
This is just one of those experiences that brings tears to your eyes. It was absolutely amazing. I have truly never experienced anything like it before. It was beautiful, it was magical, it was sublime. Can we do it again? Marissa?
At Pigeon Valley, we found out how locals and wildlife collaborate on organic farming methods.
Fatima, I had one of the most amazing air ballooning experiences of my life and noticed that Cappadocia has quite a few valleys.
Yeah, there are a lot of valleys because of the erosion. And in the other valleys, you can see pigeon houses, normal houses for people, or churches and chapels. But this valley is special. This valley is just for pigeons. In Christian time, in Byzantine time, egg white was used to prepare the plaster in the churches for frescoes. Now, farmers use the pigeon poop as fertilizer in their fields.
The tree is quite unique. I believe it has quite a unique story behind it.
Yeah, it's our famous wish tree, and it is full with evil eye. Evil eye derives from turquoise stone. People believe that it is the eye of the heaven god. It will protect you from everything, from bad feelings and envy.
Turquoise means Turkish quartz. But before the Ottoman Turks, another empire shaped the valley.
Fatima, how did the Romans discover this castle?
Roman soldiers carved this castle. In 17 AD, Romans started to rule this region, and we know that from the findings, Roman soldiers used this castle as a fortress. It is the highest point of Cappadocia, so the soldiers could see everything.
It's an ancient skyscraper. How did they manage to construct the levels so high up?
You start from the lower level, first level, and then you add some other rooms and floor by floor.
Fatima, you've been absolutely amazing. The best tour guide ever. I'm gonna miss you so much.
My pleasure.
But I'm definitely coming back.
We wait.
Oh, Turkey has been a whirlwind of sights, smells, tastes, adventure, and so much more. This little lovebug sadly has to head back to the airport.
Lorna's memorable experience continued as flying Turkish Airlines business class via Istanbul is your passport to this phenomenal business class lounge.
Demna, the Turkish Airlines business lounge has changed so much since the last time I was here. What are some of the things one can experience?
First of all, we have a new lot of tastes you can try. We have tea garden, we have a lot of Turkish desserts you can taste. At the end of the hall, you will see playground for children, also cinema room. We have suites and showers, and you can really rest here between your flights.
Oh, look at that. Where in the world do you come to a lounge and experience a space just like a hotel room? Turkish Airlines, of course. I can't wait to experience the rest of it.
The restaurant serves famous Turkish dishes, and flight chefs like Nedim Yilmaz readily share their recipes.
Chef, I believe you have 9 different cuisines in this business lounge. Take me through some of them.
We do have 9 stations for the breakfast and 9 stations for the lunch. And we are serving food from the Turkish and all over the world. We have Thai, we have Chinese, we have Japanese, and we have Indian.
Why do you think people absolutely love this lounge and would come just for the food?
Some of people say they are coming for just our köfte. I hear that every day like 10 times.
Turkish pizza and ravioli are huge favorites, as are the country's renowned pastries and sweets, paired with Brazilian, Turkish, or Yemeni coffees and tea.
There's such an array of things to enjoy in this lounge. I almost feel like you need more than 24 hours to experience absolutely everything. But, you know, all good things must come to an end. I'm going to enjoy my tea just before I jump onto a plane.
By connecting via the Turkish capital to any international destination served by their national airline, you get to see 2 destinations for the price of 1.